Not mean to happen. All right, let's see if we can get it right this time. People were probably like, wait, where did she go? Hello, hello, everyone. Hello, hello. So glad to see everyone coming on. Hello. Aw, thank you. Christine was right on it. She liked my live right away. Thank you, thank you. I so appreciate y'all liking my live. I see people already starting to like it. We are going to start, you know what we're going to do? Miss D doesn't know I'm going to do this, but I'm going to start by pulling a card for her. We got off our live the other day, and for as long as I've known Dee and as many classes as she's taken with me, she's like, when you get it, can you pull a card for me sometime? I've never had one. So, we're going to pull a card for Miss D this morning. See what we got. Oh, I'm not surprised. The card Miss D got is Medicine Woman, Mother. This deck is a Kyle Gray deck, if anyone's interested. It's Angels and Ancestors. I have like, I don't know, 25 decks around here, and so I just, whichever one I'm drawn to. So, Medicine Woman is about honoring your inner knowing. It's about really tapping into the wisdom you have within, and if you would know Dee personally, you'd know this completely fit her, because she is very wise. Not only is she extremely intuitive, she has what my other moderator, my husband, calls is TOP, Time on Planet. So she's extremely wise and intuitive, but she doesn't always follow that. She doesn't always step into the confidence that she needs to really activate that. So that's what this Medicine Mother card is and related to her. Whenever you're using cards, yes, they all have meanings, but you always use them intuitively also. And so for Dee, this card is really about her honoring her inner divine feminine, her making sure she's stepping in confidence and really listening to what Spirit is telling her. Because if you can really get her going, she's always spot on, but she will not always go in that direction. Because the confidence, I know. I was it yesterday? No, it was a couple of days ago. I was doing a group event, a small group, and those have been taken off like crazy. Let me tell you, I've been doing those like crazy. But anyway, I had this Spirit stepping up. Now I have all these people looking at me. I have this Spirit stepping up, and I thought, surely I am not seeing what I'm seeing. So the part of the reading where I was like, I don't even know about this, I left out. I was giving all these descriptors about this person except for this one major thing I was seeing. And I thought, I have lost my mind. I am not seeing this. And so no one was grabbing this Spirit. So then, and this is the way it is, and I say it all the time when I'm teaching mediumship, it's those things that you think you're crazy about that really like seal the reading. I said, okay, I just have to tell you, this lady's dressed like a nun. Yep, it was someone's aunt. And you know what was funny, and the reason that I was kind of leaving that out is because I had even given her name. I'd even given this lady's name. But now, in the group event, the lady who, it was her aunt, it was a great aunt to her, and she had never known her name. She had just heard stories about her great aunt who had been a nun. And so apparently, thank y'all, when you're a nun, they will change it to sister, sometimes whatever, and they won't use your actual name. And so the lady was giving me her actual name, not her sister name. So yeah, it was a nun. So I'm telling that story because I'm not preaching to Dee about her confidence, because I don't have that issue myself. I was preaching it because it was what the card was saying, it was fitting, but I also have that issue. How many nuns are there in the world that are come to me for a reading? So, there it was. I know. You're welcome. All right, Prissy Nana, I'm going to give you a card too. You're on here liking it, like doing all, interacting. Let's give you a card, Prissy Nana. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh, all right. Miss Prissy, you have the Seer card. The Seer card is all about looking past your current situation. This card is about sometimes we can get bogged down in the minutia of our life and the events going on. And that's when we really need to take a step back and look out. Like, what is Spirit telling us? What is the What do we need to learn from this situation? Which way do we need to go? This is, I'm hearing, and this is again where the intuitive is coming from, I'm hearing there is a situation around you involving a person who triggers you a lot. You have a hard time, and we have those people. We all have those people in our lives that, they're triggering us constantly for some reason. And you're having a hard time seeing past the triggering moment with this person to see the bigger situation. So that's what the seer card is about, looking past. Oh yes, I know, right, Miss Prissy? We do. We all have those people that are like, who's going to be here again? Do I really want to go to that event? Because am I in the mood to be triggered? I want to thank everyone for, oh, you're welcome, Miss Prissy. I want to thank everyone for joining me today. And we are now going to start rolling into what y'all are, I'm sure, actually here for. You know what? I just heard that y'all don't mind cards. Yes, I assume every time someone sees me, all they want is mediumship. Oh, did y'all see my light flicker? But y'all don't mind psychic. Cards can really kick off psychic. That's really what cards are about. Hello, Miss Ruth Ann. Okay. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. I'm sorry, Miss Prissy. She said she had a colonoscopy yesterday. I need one of those. I need to go to the doctor so I can get it scheduled. I was asking, as y'all know, I have stage 4 cancer. And so I was asking my doctor. It's like, sometimes I just feel like saying, stop talking. Just stop talking. Because I was asking her, I said, I'm due this year for colonoscopy. I have to have them every 5 years because my dad died from colon cancer. Now, a little fun fact is, she was very sick when she had to prep for it. Yeah. Seeing past the big picture. My dad had, he had colon cancer. He was genetically predisposed to it. Didn't know that until I had genetic counseling done for my breast cancer. I also carry that gene. But there's a word for it. Just because I carry the gene for colon cancer doesn't mean it's going to be activated in me because it's in the X chromosome and I have 2 X chromosomes. So the theory behind it is your other X chromosome is supposed to take up the slack. But that gene defect that is linked to colon cancer is also linked to breast cancer. However, there is these gene defects, and I can't remember what they call them. It's where they will recognize them, but they're like, yeah, it hasn't been proven to really be an issue yet. I just think it's odd that no of the other women in my family had breast cancer. They didn't have the defect because it came from my dad. I got the gene defect, and then I got breast cancer. I just thought that was kind of interesting, right? All right, we are going to pull a card for, who was I saying? Miss Ruth Ann. Miss Ruth Ann, let's pull a card for you. What's going on with Miss Ruth Ann this morning? I'm getting my cards all jumbled up. Let me get it going. Okay. Ruth Ann. Oh, Ruth Ann. You have the card for the High Priestess. The High Priestess, look how serene that lady is. She has angel wings around her. It's a sign for higher knowledge, higher power. This card is really about harnessing and stepping in to your mystic ability. So my challenge to you, Miss Ruth Ann, would be to really start looking for the synchronicities of spirit around you. I'm actually about to start, I was writing this morning, I'm going to start a series. It'll be a while before I get it written and published, probably won't start till April 1st, and it's going to be 120 days of spirituality, just all these random facts about spirituality and how to really harness that power, so make sure you're staying tuned for that. But in the meantime, make sure you're sitting with yourself and you're honoring the information that is coming your way. You're looking for synchronicities, whether it's repeated numbers. As I'm tapping into you, Miss Ruth Ann, I keep seeing the number 444. Have you been noticing 4s around you? If not, sometimes we don't pay attention. If not, start looking for those numbers, those 444s, and know that as spirit getting your attention. Now, when you see numbers that are repeating, especially the 4s, it's about abundance. It's about how you're going to replicate abundance. So make sure you are tapping into, look at what is going on around you at that moment and how you can replicate that into abundance. The universe reads energy. Universe does not read, if you say, I'm so tired of being poor, I'm so tired of being broke, I'm so tired of not having money, what is the universe going to read? That you don't have money, and that's what they're going to deliver. I was laughing the other day because when I took some time off for cancer, of course, I backed away from my business. I still continued doing my business. I wasn't going live as much. You couldn't get on my calendar. I didn't have as many appointments available. And so as a result, you could tell my business stopped growing as much. So now I'm up and running again. The appointments weren't coming in. I mean, I am blessed. I haven't had an appointment available on my calendar that has not been booked, but I used to be booked further out. So then every time I had a booking come in, I just sat in huge gratitude for that booking. And then all of a sudden, they just took off. And that's how you create that abundance. I was sitting in the, why isn't my business growing as fast as it was? So what was the universe start focusing on? My business isn't growing. So it was growing very slowly. And once I changed that mindset, they just started going like crazy. Okay, it's 40. So Miss Ruth Ann was saying, yeah, she has been seeing 44. Very good. When I tapped into her and was reading that card, I was hearing that. So Miss Ruth Ann, that's a challenge to really change your mindset and the way you're thinking and just the way you term things. So yes, you might be wanting abundance. So, but turn the way you just word it in your head and you're putting it out to the universe to be full of positivity. So someone on here, Priscilla, is saying, I see 33 or 333. A lot of my nephew raised his number. I was 33, just when and if you can. 33. So it looks like, Priscilla, so this is a little bit different. So now this 33 is going to mean something to you specifically. She is saying that her nephew used to race the number 33. So she put him in past tense. I'm assuming he's in spirit. Thank you, Miss Ruth. So when you have a number that means something specific like that, it's going to mean that that person is around you. And was it motocross? Was it motocross that he raced? Because this kid stepped up. Because when I first read that, I saw someone, like, I thought, oh, he used to race. Oh, okay, thank you. We have him here, so just a second, I'll read him. What, four-wheeler, because when you first said he used to race that number, I was thinking, oh, he ran track. But then when I sat back and really connected, I was sitting like this, reconnecting to spirit, because I was about to roll into mediumship, I saw this kid on, like a motocross type thing. I was like, oh, it wasn't track. It was a vehicle that he raced. Thank you so much for sharing and liking my live. I so appreciate you. All right, Miss Prissy Nana, let's see what we got going on here. Oh, let's see if she can go live. Oh, she sure can. Let's see if she can go live. Can you go live, Miss Prissy? When I go live during the day, sometimes people are at work.
Oh.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Where are you located?
Murray, Kentucky.
Murray, Kentucky.
I didn't mean to turn I don't know how to get that off, but go ahead. You can't see me.
No, but that's okay. I can hear you good. All right. So, your nephew was your nephew was showing me he had his life together. He had it on straight, and all of a sudden he got off course.
Oh, yeah.
And he just is kind of kicking himself for that. Thank y'all for the hearts. I appreciate you. That he had everything at his fingertips. He was like the golden child. And then all of a sudden, he just started hanging out with the wrong crowd, making bad choices, and everything went downhill from there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
People tried to save him like crazy. I mean, they knew he was getting off track, and he shows me people like banging their head up against the wall, like, oh my goodness, we got to do something with this kid. He's making bad choices. He's throwing his future away. Now, I know that you said that he was your nephew, but you were a little bit closer to him than just a normal aunt.
Yes, and my daughter. I had an only child, and they were the same age. Him and my daughter were. Same grade, went to school together, and they were like sister and brother.
Okay. That must be why, because I was like, I know you said you're his aunt, but I'm feeling that must be why I'm feeling that closer connection like that. Now, who in your family does cosmetology or an esthetician? Does someone in your family do something like that?
Like, do hair?
Yes,
Yes. Well,
hair.
my brother's wife used to. My mom used to. And my grandmother used to.
Oh, you come from a whole family of them.
Yeah, my grandmother and my mother both did hair.
Okay. Which one is in spirit and had a cough when they passed?
That was my mother.
Okay, I felt like it was. I wrote down mom. I don't know if you can see
Yes,
that. I wrote
that
down
was
mom. I thought
her.
it was your mom, but I wanted to make sure.
Yes. Yes.
Um, your mom is verifying that she is the one who has been sending you the little birds. She's mentioning the birds. So I don't know if you've noticed the birds around you, but that your mom is taking responsibility for that.
Oh, wow.
Your nephew is taking responsibility. If you want to talk to, I'm assuming it's your daughter because it feels like a sister. Did he have a sister?
No, he was the only child, too.
Okay, very good. I was going to say that must be your daughter because he's talking about
They were like brother and sisters.
messing with electricity. So when she has lights flicker, that's going to be
Really?
you. So ask her about that, the lights flickering.
Okay.
Also, who has, he's showing, this nephew is talking about a little dog. The dog is alive. So who has like a little, I don't know if it's a pig, it's a, I don't know, 15, 20-pound dog. It's a little thing. And kind of a prissy little dog. It looks like it would have the kind of hair that has to be groomed.
Oh, now I've got one and his mother's got one. I've got a Pomeranian and she's got a little white dog, but
Is your Pomeranian kind of brownish red?
yes, yes.
It's your
Yes.
dog. Yeah, he's not
Yes.
showing me white. It's your dog. So just know that he messes with that dog. I don't know if you ever see that dog kind of looking off into the future, into the like ethers. Like, what is that? So just know that is him.
He loved to aggravate.
Well, he hasn't changed any being in spirit, just so we're
Well,
clear.
and he was 17 when he passed, so it was their graduation year. So
Was he almost 18? I kept hearing
Yes.
18.
Yes, he was almost 18. He would have been 18 in November,
And what month did he pass? Like August?
March the 13th. My mother passed in August the 30th.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
your mom. But I was gonna say, someone is showing me them passing in August. Makes sense because your mom
Yes,
is
that was my mom. Mhm.
your mom is here also. All right. Thank you so much for
Thank
joining me today.
you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I love you.
I love you. Have a good day.
You too.
All right. That was a twofer. She kicked us off right. Her people were were very good. All right. Miss Alyssa, what is on my shirt? Good grief. I just pulled this thing out of the closet. All right, let's see. Thank y'all for liking and sharing my live. I so appreciate you, Miss Alyssa. Let's see. Oh, no, you don't have enough people to go live. Do you? No, it says that you are, no, you don't. I don't know if you don't have enough people or if you have a private account. So, Miss Alyssa, I'm going to read you. Make sure you are, listening, whoever I'm describing, if they fit you, please put yes in the comments. I was reading and talking at the same time. That wasn't working for me. All right, Miss Alyssa, there is a young man stepping up. He is stepping up in a very confident and cocky manner. He is showing me that he had dark hair. And he was cute. I mean, that's probably led to part of his cockiness, as he was a good-looking young man. Am I lagging on your end, Dee?
Yeah, you're okay.
Okay, well, Prissy Nana said I was lagging. You don't see me, I'm not lagging?
Don't see that.
Okay, someone else says that I was fine, so maybe it's just there. It's on there, that one person's in. All right.
It's good to go, but it's not doing it now.
Okay, very good. All right, Miss Alyssa, I tapped into you and might be because she just came off the video chat. Maybe that could be. All right, Miss Alyssa, I'm seeing this young man stepping up who is dark haired, very confident. He is, he's one of these kids that when he walked in, it was like he owned the room. I'm seeing this beautiful smile. I'm also seeing that he self-medicated quite a bit. And he was And so this is anyone listening. I want y'all to listen to what this message is from this kid, because I hear it a lot. And when I say kid, he's a grown man, but he was still in his 20s. So that's a kid to me. You're not stronger or smarter than the drugs. You're not. I don't care how much smarter you think you are than the drugs. You are not. No matter how much stronger you think you are than the drugs, you are not. And I'm sorry if I'm coming across mean. I bring through so many of these sweet babies that think that they can maneuver the drugs, that they can be smarter than the drugs, that they know what their body can take, they know what they can mix. You do not. Please, please do not do that to your family. If you don't value your own life enough, think about your mother. Think about your people that you are leaving behind. And I don't know that you can, but I'm sure, because you can find anything on Google. Google or look up a mother's wail when they hear that their baby is gone, because I hear it. Lots of times when these babies step up and let me know that they took themselves off this planet, whether it was on purpose or accident, I'm feeling this person, he was very confident in himself. He is really, this kid is saying, he is showing, it's like he's standing up and speaking for a group of people. He has like a ton of people behind him, and I can tell they're not related to him, but we're given purposes when we're over in spirit. So, I used to think that when you went over to heaven, you could rest on your laurels. I'm sure you can some, but we're also given jobs. Now, Miss Alyssa, I don't know if were you around your mom when she found out that he had passed? Your nephew is probably with him. Probably. There's a whole group of them. A lot of them are young men. Most of them are young men. There's a few young ladies. She called me to tell, and she was hysterical. Like, that well is just unbelievable. Alyssa, now he is showing passing the baton to you. Like, your mom has now, bless her heart, become all about you, like all about trying to protect you. What are you doing? Almost suffocatingly so. And she doesn't mean to. She doesn't do it on purpose. It's just when you think the most horrific thing in the world can't happen to you, and then it does, such as losing a child, then you just become paranoid about everything. And your brother is saying, he's kind of teasing you. He's like, sorry I did that, sis. Sorry about that, sis. He's also telling me that he is the one that has visited you in your dreams, because I was asked, how could she not know that it was you? He's showing me you waking up from a dream and you had a recollection of, I dreamed about somebody. What was that dream about? It's like it's right there, but you can't pull it forward, and your brother is letting you know that it was him. He's also telling me that you are very clairvoyant, Alyssa. Clairvoyance is associated with your third eye, and it is where you see pictures in your head. So make sure you're paying attention to those. Whenever you have visions drop in or you see something drop in, make sure you're paying attention to that. Also, Alyssa, he is referencing someone having a tattoo in his honor. When spirits talk about things that I wouldn't know about, like this tattoo that someone has in his honor, it is a sign that they are around and they see what's going on, even though they are gone. He said something weird. He said, no, watch yourself. He did it like that. So I'm not quite sure what he's talking about. Do you know what he's talking about, Alyssa? You don't have to tell us. You don't have, because I feel like it's kind of private. Please don't have to tell us what he's talking about, but does it resonate with you? Do you know what he's talking about when he looked at you and said, watch yourself? And he did it like this, like, you know what I'm talking about, watch yourself. Oh, thank you for confirming. Alyssa said her younger brother got a tattoo in his memory. Thank you for confirming that. So I so appreciate you. She's been really good. I thank you, Miss Alyssa. She's been good about popping in and confirming things. I'm going to let him go now, but please still confirm if you know what he's talking about when he was telling you to watch yourself. You don't have to tell us. I just want to make sure that you know what he's referencing. Okay. She said I was letting him go. And just as I was letting him go, she says, I don't know what he's talking about. And I was like, come back. Because we're going to figure it out. I assume she knew. She doesn't know. We're going to figure it out. Okay. Tell me what you're talking about. You know, Miss Alyssa, he is showing me that you need to put up better boundaries with not necessarily family. You do a pretty decent job with your family. Also, your family's good people and you don't really need a whole lot of boundaries with them. But you have some friends that you need to put up boundaries around. You have some friends that are kind of taking advantage of you on many different levels, emotionally and just expecting. Your brother is saying expecting a lot and not giving anything in return. Kind of like a psychic vampire. I mean, I know that's a weird term for it, but it's those people when you're around them and you feel like they're just sucking you dry. And it can be emotionally, it can be financially, it can be many different ways. I'm feeling this is more emotional. And he's saying, watch yourself around them. All right. Thank you, dude. All right. Let's see. Energy vampire is what we call them too. Oh, good. Alyssa said she does feel like she knows which friend he's talking about. Good. He was funny too when he came back. He was like, I thought you might need me back. All right, let's see who we have going on next here. All right, Miss Devin. What? No, go ahead.
You do Roberta's mom, Joanne.
Okay, Roberta's mom, Joanne.
Thank you.
No, I was just sitting here. I wrote Joanne, and it doesn't feel right.
Oh, Joan.
What
You
did
just wrote.
Joan. Okay. Very good. Thank you. I had actually written Joan. I was like, I wrote Joanne. Joan. I'm saying Joanne. It's like the energy was all kinds of messed up, and that's why. No, I love it. He's like, I'm so sorry. No, I loved it because it makes sense. So when you have those things happen with energy and you're reading it, you're not quite sure what's going on, then all of a sudden something happens, you're like, oh yeah, I was right. That's what it was. That's why I had the energy mess up. Your mom, Miss Roberta, is showing me that I feel like I have a gravelly voice talking to her and like I need to clear my throat. I'm also hearing that this lady you didn't mess with her. Like she was a very strong lady and she had not always been that way, but she had, she said I'm going to tell you what she said. So yeah, no, when I say it like that, there's going to be a cuss word involved. She said, yep, the world had kicked my ass a couple of times, but you know what? I just kept getting right back up. She's also telling me, oh, okay. I'm not quite sure what she is saying this in reference to. So, Miss Roberta, she's saying that you need to become more disciplined across all areas of your life. She wasn't known for swearing, but that was true. Yeah. And when I was asking her specifically, it's like, tell me specifically which areas that she needs to be more disciplined. And she's just showing me there's times in my own life where, like this morning, I get up, Roberta's so funny. Roberta said, man, she sent me to the corner. So like this morning, I got up, I had my tea and read, I worked out, I meditated. So, I love those days where I'm just like on it. And then you'll go through times in your life where you just get up and, I'll skip working out. Oh, meditation, I'll do it later. And so that's what she is showing me. Not that you're causing detrimental effects to your life, but you would feel so much better if you were on a schedule and stuck to it. She is saying that sometimes you can get lackadaisical, which we all can. It's hard whenever, if you're not accountable to be and doing something. She said she's been a bit distracted lately. And that happens. When you're going through times of stress and you're feeling distracted, stress is one of those things that it sucks your energy. So you don't feel like working out, but you need to work out to get rid of the stress. And that's when you just have to like pull yourself up by the bootstraps. And these are your mom's words. She's saying that's when you pull yourself up by the bootstraps and just make it happen. She's always showing me, Roberta, she's also showing me that you have, which I already knew this, but you have this huge heart. And when you love someone, you love them big, and you just want to be able to fix their life for them. You want to be able to fix everything in their life. And your mom is saying, baby girl, you cannot fix everyone. Everyone has their own path to travel, and you cannot make it smooth for them, which is difficult. I know when there's people that we love going through difficult things, you do want to make the path smooth for them, but we all have our own journey and our lessons to learn. Now, it's funny that I use that terminology, Roberta, because Spirit doesn't waste anything. And the second I said we all have our lessons to learn, your mom was like pointing at me like, yes, that's it. So look around you at who these people that you're trying to help, someone who's gone through something awful. And is it a repeating lesson that is happening in their life? Is there repeating circumstances that revolve around the same? No, you can't do it all. Also, Roberta, she said here that she's trying to help her daughter, but she can't do it all. Now, what your daughter is going through, the circumstances that she's going through, do you see that being a repeating theme in her life? Now, the circumstances, the actual event can be different, but is the energy the same? I was talking to someone I mentor the other day, and I was pointing out completely different events, but they all resided around her giving away her power. And it took someone from the outside looking in to point that out to her. And she's like, oh, I said, okay, so this is how we're going to fix it. So look at if those events happening to your daughter have the same core theme. All right. Thank you, Miss Roberta. Now we are going to Miss Devin. Let's see if we can get your grandma in the house. Devin, the first thing I see when this grandmother energy stepped up is, well, I'm seeing several things. I'm seeing like I think it would be 1970s type coloring in the house, and one of those big record players, those big monstrosities that would play vinyl. I'm seeing one of those big, huge TVs with rabbit ears. And so this would be memories you would have of her house if this is your grandmother. I'm also seeing her baking and cooking, I want to hear candy, like fudge and divinity. She's saying, yes, she does remember that. Also, Miss Devin, your Grandma Betty, she didn't beat around the bush. She stepped up. The second I said, okay, we got you, meaning yes, step forward with your message. Devin has confirmed who you are. Let's go. She put her hand on her hip and she said, you tell that girl to get out of her own way. Wow, Grandma. That's all we got to say. But she says right now, as you're listening to this, that you are laughing because you know exactly what you're talking about. We all have those moments where we get in our head too much and instead of allowing the universe to surrender. Yes, I need to. We all do, Miss Devin. No, you're not alone in that club. We all need to get out of our own way. Spirit just said it to me the other day. I had meditated. I had that big event going on. There were 60, 70 people there. I meditated. And it was an hour before the event. I was leaving to go and I started getting really nervous. And Spirit said, you've done your work. Let us do ours. Meaning, get out of the way and let them do their work. I see someone who said, oh yes, I'm getting worse at that. We all in our lives will go back and forth. Now, in all seriousness, Devin, I tend to do this whenever I am stressed. And that's the time you need to not do it the most. And so your grandmother is showing me that you're going through in a really stressful time in your life. So you want to make sure that in those moments of stress is really when you're letting go. I'm hearing Jesus take the wheel. Surrendering to the universe and what they can bring your way. All right. Thank you, Miss Devon, for letting me read your grandmother. I have a young man here. I do not think he belongs to anyone on this live, but I'm going to read him and see if we could place him. Now, it might not, because people can watch my live that are not on here. He's been here for a minute, being very so sweet and patient. So let's see what we got. I'm hearing a C name off of him. It's a young man. Okay, I want to say around 10, give or take. 10, 12, somewhere in there. I'm hearing like Corbin, Colby, something like that, like the CO name. Colton. He's showing me that he was, hold on just a second. Do you have him, Dee? You're looking at me like you can see him.
No, but I think you're right. It's not somebody, it's somebody that knows him.
Yeah.
On social, but it isn't directly.
Yeah, Dee was looking at me. She's on my video chat. I could see her looking at me like a way, like I knew she had. That's called double linking. That reminds me, I do have March 27th. I have an event coming up. It's free. You're welcome, Miss Devon. On my website, Christy Godwin Psychic Medium, it's a free event where you can come and watch readings be broken down. It is an advertisement for my advanced mediumship class that is starting in April 3rd. But sometimes it's also fun just to see how readings are broken down. People think it's all like, ooh, no, there's a method and a madness. And so when I looked at Dee, I felt like she was double linking, which means that she had linked to me to the spirit. It's called double linking. Okay. This young man is also showing me, I feel like my head, like I feel it, and he is showing me I've hit my head on something, but I'm getting up. It doesn't start causing me problems until later. Like, was this too many concussion type situation? But I'm feeling like I have a head injury. He's really making my head hurt. But it's not a problem right at that moment. It's a problem later. Like, he's showing me he's done. Oh, Devin said she did want to say that before I called her grandma, she got warm all over and she knew I was connecting. Absolutely. And especially when people meditate with me, they will get very warm. So this young man is showing me he hit his head, had a head injury. It feels related to sports, something like that. He's fine. He goes home. At home, I see him just kind of wobbling. He's showing me being unsteady on his feet and throwing up. And then he is taken to the, he's showing me being taken to the hospital. He goes down here from there. He's in ICU. He is showing me that some of his organs were donated. All right. Does this fit anyone on here? That's a lot. Okay. Kat, did you double link and you got the name Brian, or are you saying you know this kid and his name was Brian? Are you claiming him?
Brain aneurysm.
Okay. So I think she's claiming him.
I did too.
Okay, Miss Kat, I'm going to ask you to go live. Hi, Kat.
Good morning.
Oh, I love your energy. Where are you located?
Oh, I'm down in Indiana.
Indiana, what part?
Southern Indiana, down by, well, I think I'm about an hour from Indianapolis. I'm taking care of my dad.
So you knew this kid?
I felt that it was like a brain aneurysm.
Okay, so were you double linking with me, or are you saying you know who he is?
Most likely it was double linking because
Okay.
it was just like showing me right there.
Okay, so you're not saying that this spirit is yours?
No.
Oh, all right. Well, it was nice talking to you. We're going to see if we can get him claimed.
All righty.
All right, thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so now the evidence I have so far on this kid is I'm hearing a C name like a Colton. Kat said that she had a Brian that had like a brain aneurysm. That feels a little bit different because this kid is not showing me he had a brain aneurysm. He is showing me he had an injury. He went home. He started throwing up and then was kind of wobbly, and his parents took him to the doctor or to the hospital. It's in the hospital. He's in ICU. His organs were donated. So if this fits you, please say yes. I don't feel like anyone, and I said this before I brought him up, I didn't feel like he belonged to anyone on this live. I think it's someone who is watching the live. His message, so if you are watching and you can claim him, his message that he is saying is that he feels like people did the right thing by donating the organs. So that tells me there must have been someone who was kind of, are you sure you want to do that? Not judging the fact that his organs were donated, but maybe making people think it through. He's absolutely not. I don't need them. I'm in heaven. Also, he is referencing that since he has passed, someone close to the family's cat has passed and is with him. And again, his name, we have a C name. I'm hearing like Corbin or Colton. I'm feeling a brain injury. I'm feeling an actual blow to the head. At the time of the injury, it did not cause an issue. It was later. And then his parents took him to the hospital. He got worse, went to ICU, and then passed. So if he is yours, or if you know who that belongs to, please pass along the message. All right, I'm going to pull a card for Kat. Kat's watching in Indiana. She's taking care of her dad. We're going to pull a card for her. See what she's got going on this morning. Oh, all right. The card I have for you, Miss Kat, is Traveler. This card is about really starting to move in a new direction. Thank y'all for the heart. I appreciate you. I also thank y'all for sharing my live and liking us. So appreciate you. I see some new people subscribing. Thank you. Thank you. Hang tight, Miss Ashley. I'll give you a card later and just right after this one. Okay, so right now we're talking to Kat. She's in Indiana taking care of her dad. So you're like, how can I move in a new direction? Think about, I'm hearing that this new direction is going to come in 9 to 12 months. There's going to be a change in your life where you're going to kind of reinvent yourself. Right now, I know that you're feeling stuck and you're feeling kind of bogged down with the responsibility, but I'm feeling a mother energy in spirit who is looking down on you, smiling and like patting your back, so proud of what you're doing because you have currently put your life on hold to help other people. 9 to 12 months, I feel like this traveler, this moving in a new direction energy is going to take effect. Now, when it says traveler, it doesn't mean you're actually traveling. It means you're moving. You're putting that energy into a new direction. All right. Thank you, Miss Kat. Let's give Ashley a card here. Miss Ashley. Let's see what we got going on. Oh, okay. Ashley, the card you have is Medicine Guardian. There's a lot of healing energy around this card. So when I tap into these, I tap into them intuitively. It's like, what is this in relation to Ashley? It's in relation to being open to healing information coming your way. Now, healing information, I don't feel like is physical in your arena. I feel like it's more someone's opening your eyes to a pattern that's occurring in your life that you haven't either wanted to admit was happening or you just haven't recognized. Sometimes we just are so busy living life, we forget to step back and evaluate those patterns. So pay attention to some information that's coming your way that really makes you take charge of your life and is like, oh yeah, I can see that. So just be open to that information coming your way. All right, we are going to do some psychic questions. We're just going to do a few of those, and then on my head out, I have a ton of appointments today that I need to get prepared for. A ton. All right. Usually I'll lock down my calendar after a certain amount of appointments. Somehow I missed it, and here we are. All right. So put your psychic questions. Let's see. My grand, thank you. Okay, Devin looks like she has one. Has spirit been trying to reveal themselves to me? All right. So Miss Devin wants to know, has spirit been trying to reveal themselves to her? She says, I feel them, but can they get scared? So is spirit trying to reveal themselves to Miss Devin? What are you feeling, Dee?
No.
Dee was feeling no. I am feeling yes. And it's also, I'm being taken, I don't remember. I know I pulled a card for you, Devin. I don't remember what the card was, but I'm being pulled back to that moment. So that card must have had something to do with that spirit revealing themselves to you. Alyssa wants to know if she has PCOS. I'm not sure what that is. Poly something something syndrome. So, does Alyssa have PCOS? You don't really need to know what it is to be able to answer the question. You just sit with it. How does it hit your body? Misty, what are you feeling? Does Alyssa have PCOS?
Something different.
Miss D is saying it's something different. I'm feeling, I don't know what it would be different. I'm feeling that, I don't know what PCOS is, but I did get an affirmative on that. D got an affirmative, but it was a little bit different. So it could go either way on that one, especially since D was like, I feel like it's something different. So keep going down your healing journey. All right, let's see what we have here. Polycystic ovarian syndrome. That's what it is. Polycystic ovarian syndrome.
Yeah, I get a straight yes on that Hashimoto, whatever you pronounce it.
Dee is saying that she's getting Hashimoto's.
Yeah, Hashimoto, yeah.
All right. Ashley wants to know, is my dad trying to show me any signs that he's around? I'm getting straight up, I'm just going to answer this one, that he's what I call a haunting spirit. He's been dropping hints in front of you and you haven't been paying attention. So now he's pulling out all the stops. He's like, dang it, she's going to listen to me. All right. I want to thank everyone for joining me this, Maureen, okay. I'm getting some medical education in this chat today. I want to thank everyone for joining me today. I've been feeling very energized this week, so I've been live almost every day. I was live Monday night, Tuesday morning, last night. This morning I will be live. I'm in the next, few days, several times. I'm sure I will be. I don't have a schedule because my life is just not like that right now. I stay pretty busy, so when I can pop on, except for Tuesday mornings are pretty consistent. Tuesday mornings at 10. Thank y'all for general lives. And then, congratulations with your baby, Miss Ashley. And then Thursday mornings are my subscription lives for sure. All right, everyone have a great Thursday.